tonight's the night, and it's going to happen again. Has to happen. I don't know if you got this reference, but it was taken from Dexter, my favorite TV series. But of course, like anybody else, I hated the final season. Anyway, welcome to the channel, guys. Hope this video finds you well. Today, we're gonna take a ride in the evening of Rio. It's a pleasurable experience, and I intend to share a few words with you as we ride our motorcycle through the city. Probably, when it comes to Rio de Janeiro, many people might ask, is it safe to ride at night? Well, it depends. It depends on where you go, at what time, and even your motorcycle can influence the answer to this question. Because, as I mentioned in my first video, some motorcycle brands are more targeted by criminals than others. For example, motorcycles from Europe and Japan are on the most wanted list by local criminals. On the other hand, Chinese and Indian brands are still unknown by most Brazilians, including those gang members. With that being said, Royal Enfield is a pretty good option in my opinion. It takes me anywhere. It has a classic design, and I like it. The Himalayan panel reminds me of a World War II aircraft. To be honest, I found this bike a bit weird at first sight. A couple of minutes later, I was loving it. Now, going back to the security matter, Rio has a pretty dangerous place that must be avoided. The problem is, those places are the main access roads to the city. You can't go in or out without passing through it. But you certainly will not be willing to ride in Linha Vermelha, Linha Amarela or Avenida Brasil at 3 a.m. Those are the worst places to be transiting in Rio. To simplify our case, this is the map of the city, and the blue area is where you'll be willing to visit as a tourist. And for that reason, the presence of security forces is more noticed. Then you'll feel a bit safer. I'm not telling that this map is 100% accurate, and I'm not telling that the blue area is safe all the time, but you can take it as a reference to guide you. We're still in Barra da Tijuca, the neighborhood of many soccer players, artists, and members of high society in Rio. If you spend some time here, it's very likely that you spot a local celebrity. I believe even Neymar has an apartment somewhere around here, probably the most expensive one. By the way, do not expect that drivers stop by the crosswalks for pedestrians in Rio, because most will not. That's why that man thanked me for doing so. Unfortunately, most people do not respect some basic traffic rules. Oh, if you're enjoying this ride, please consider to like and subscribe to my channel. It keeps my engines working as a content creator, and I'll be honored if you join me. All these lights are houses that belong to Rocinha. Despite being a huge favela under control of drug dealers, many people go up there for tourism purposes. I'm not one of them. I personally prefer to ride at night within the city, because the heat in a tropical country like Brazil is challenging sometimes, and I get all sweaty very easily. But at night, the weather is softer. I can feel the wind in my face while I contemplate the city lights. Another advantage to ride at night is the reduced traffic. As you can see, we have basically the whole avenue for us. My goodness, I wonder if she's trying to suffocate him or it's just a bad pillion. Anyway. Ipanema does not have an intense nightlife. You can see only a few people walking on the sidewalk. It's a more residential neighborhood. It gets crowded only in the morning and during the sunset. We're now in Copacabana. You already can see the differences. The wide open avenue, more cars, lost tourists from everywhere, especially from Argentina. Also many hawkers selling food, drinks and all sorts of things, including the forbidden ones, if you know what I mean. But it's everywhere. It's not restricted to Copacabana, you know. Besides Copacabana, Lapa is also a neighborhood with an intense nightlife. However, after COVID crisis, it became more like The Walking Dead scenery. It's worse than ever and not a pleasant place to be, in my opinion. On my left side, you already can spot the Copacabana Palace Hotel, perhaps the most prominent hotel of Brazil. It has already hosted many famous people. The list is huge, but I could name Michael Jackson, Brigitte Bardot, Walt Disney, Mick Jagger, Princess Diana, the Queen Elizabeth, and many others. I've never been there, since the cheapest price per night hits more than $1,600. It's not in my budget. It means if I spent a whole week on it, I'd have to sell my bike. And I would rather sell my kidney. If I ever sell my bike, it will be for a really good reason, like buying another one better. I tell you that I've never sold a motorcycle in my life. I've got two bikes, an old Honda model NX 200 from 1996 and this Himalayan 2022. Now, guess who took the wrong way and ended up in one of the most dangerous places that I mentioned in the beginning? Yeah, me. I was back in Barra da Tijuca, then I used the GPS to go home, but it guided me through the worst way possible. Now, let's ride and pray. There ain't much people driving along since it's a road known to be dangerous at night. Recently, I've heard a rider was attacked by criminals and they stole his F850 GS somewhere around here. And it happens more often than I know, so I have enough reasons to be a bit tense.
Paga não? Obrigado. Bom saber.
I don't know if it's possible to say, but we're basically surrounded by favelas, and it's a critical area. Any traffic jam in this area is worrying, as it could be any type of incident, from the simplest to a group of criminals looting all vehicles passing by. Oh, this is where the fun begins. Let's see what happened today. No gunshots and no cars going the wrong way, so far so good. Fortunately, it's the police making a sobriety checkpoint. We're good to go. This is the dark side of the town. Over here, there is no wonderful city, no fresh air coming from the sea, and no security. It is terrifying to think that at any moment gang members can approach with rifles and pistols to take away in a second what you took years of hard work to buy. Hope this situation changes someday. We're almost there. Just a few minutes ahead and we'll be good. We have nothing to worry about. After all, in heaven there ain't no bills to pay, no taxes, no politicians. It's the perfect place to be. I was supposed to turn left. However, there was a motorcycle blocking the way. Something has happened here. I guess the cops were checking documents of a suspicious rider. Perhaps because he was riding a bike that cost $13,000 while he was wearing a $10 helmet. Quite likely, that bike belonged to someone else. Or has he won this bike in a raffle? Anyway. Okay guys, we're almost there. The worst part was left behind. We're finally going home. And if you're still with me, I'd like to thank you for your time, and once more, if you're enjoying my work here, consider to like and subscribe to my channel. I intend to keep exploring Rio de Janeiro and other cities, and your presence here is most welcome. With that being said, and nothing more to add, see you guys, God bless you.